Hello, I'm Katie Colleen. Welcome to the Colleen Cosplay YouTube channel. My passion has really lied in also incorporating mobility aids into these original designs that I make. Let me fill you in a little bit on my disability story just so you can get a feel for where this passion has come from. I have a degenerative cartilage disorder. It's called chondrosis, and cartilage protects your joints. It stops bone-on-bone contact, it absorbs shock. Cartilage is really a great thing, and my cartilage does not work. It's disintegrating, detaching from the bone, and as you can imagine, it's very painful, so I use forearm crutches and a wheelchair to help manage my pain depending on the situation. As someone who started experiencing chronic pain in high school, I really sought out some representation. I really wanted to see other people like me, and at the time I didn't find it. I could not really find many disabled cosplayers, and it certainly never occurred to me that wheelchair users could actually be in fashion shows, and while they exist, they're certainly the minority. And I will design and sew custom designs for my forearm crutches. I do this for all my cosplays, and I've done a few holiday themed crutch designs as well. And it just has made such a huge difference in finding my own confidence using mobility aids. When you're a young person with a disability and need the use of aids, you get quite a few weird stares and rude comments, and it really hurts your confidence, and I was no exception. So when I discovered that I could incorporate my mobility aids into my outfit, that really changed everything for me. And my crutches were part of my outfit, and I needed them. You can't just leave the crutches out. They aren't ugly, they aren't ruining the look, they are part of your look. And that's what I've really strived to do, is to make mobility aids part of the look, so you feel confident using them because you do need them, and they're not ugly and don't need to be tossed aside. They can be just as much a part of your outfit as any other thing. And I am super grateful for the opportunity to be applying to the HerUniverse Fashion Show 2021. Today is April 16th, 2021. And today I got accepted into the HerUniverse Fashion Show. My design got accepted. And I didn't think my design would be accepted. It was kind of I designed the whole thing within the span of 5 days, submitted the entire application in a single night, and I got accepted. They want me in their fashion show. Me and my little red wheelchair. And I've never seen a wheelchair user in this type of fashion show, and how cool would it be if there was a wheelchair user showing off a design at the HerUniverse Fashion Show. I have lived all of my life not seeing many wheelchair users do that sort of thing. I'm in the HerUniverse Fashion Show, and I believe I'm the first wheelchair user to ever be in this show, as a designer and as a model, or either. I just got the news an hour or two ago while I was at work, and so I'm gonna be diving into this build. And as you can see, Orin is still in my craft room. We haven't even taken the photos for the Ultimate Cosplay Championship yet. I haven't even submitted my portfolio yet. So Orin has only been completed for 2 days. And I'm starting on another big build. Oh, and this is my Supergirl. Oh my, I'm sorry, Supergirl. This is my Supergirl wig because I'm presenting at a virtual panel tomorrow morning at 7 in the morning. There's a lot happening here, and I still need to clean my craft room. That probably has to come first, quite honestly. So yeah, we got some things going on. Here's my design. It's called the Red Coat and Hat, and it is based off of Carmen Sandiego's iconic red hat and coat. So I wanted to pick something that was kind of relevant. It was more, mainstream, I guess, at the moment. So I was trying to think of what is something that's recent, more mainstream, and has a design that pretty much anyone can recognize. And so I decided to go with Carmen. I don't really see coats shaped like this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not sure I can even really make this, but I'm hoping I can. I'll be sourcing my materials, and I'll be working on patterning and stuff like that in the coming weeks after I finish my current things I have going on. It is the 19th now at 5 o'clock. So I just kind of wanted to share where I am on sourcing materials. I've been doing a bit of online shopping. I have 2 heavy-duty gold zippers coming in. I have a gold, and when I say gold, I really mean brass. Gold is out of my price range. I also have a gold colored, there you go, buckle coming in. I ordered a wig, which will be the nicest wig I own, the most expensive wig I own to date. I have the shoe base coming in. I've already spent $230 on this project and I haven't even bought fabric yet. Speaking of fabric, the only fabric I have right now is this. I bought this for my She-Ra cosplay, which I never made. And I'm sorry, because a lot of you guys wanted the She-Ra cosplay and I never made it. And at this point, I'm not sure I ever will. But I have this really nice stretch like gold. So this will be for the details on the shirt. Let's just really hope and hope and hope that the fabric store in town has a red pleather that is suitable for this coat. I already know that for the leotard and the pants, I'm going to be using the Yaya Han black stretch pleather. I just love it, it's great quality. And I'm gonna have to get a lining fabric too for everything. When I got the HerUniverse Fashion Show acceptance email, it says something at the end like, we're gonna follow up with an informational email next week. And I was like, okay, great. This doesn't sound too urgent. Like, you know, San Diego Comic-Con at home is at the end of July. I have plenty of time. I'm just gonna, you know, chill, close up any of my previous engagements. So that's what I did. So today, while I'm at work, I received this email from HerUniverse Fashion Show, and they announced the deadline of the final deliverables. So the final runway video of me and my full design, everything filmed and submitted, is due June 4th. June 4th is about 6 weeks away. That's not a lot of time for me to make a design. I'm going to be pretty stressed out in this next clip, so I just want to make it abundantly clear that this deadline was announced during the application process. Not only did they announce the 6-week deadline, they actually made you check off confirming that you understood the deadline. You see, I just did not read the terms and conditions or the deadline that was needed because I was so sure I wouldn't get accepted into the show, I just didn't even bother. So that's on my confidence that I was gonna get into this show. Anyways, I just wanted to make it super clear that this is 100% a Colleen problem with not thoroughly reading and understanding instructions. And it is 0% anyone else's problem or fault. And now let's get back into the video. Now, 6 weeks may sound like a long time to some people, but you have to consider that I work 35 hours a week now doing my mechanical engineering job, and I have chronic fatigue and chronic pain. So I really am pretty useless on weekdays after work. So anyways, I'm at work. I'm basically on the verge of tears because I'm super anxious, super stressed, and I'm in a professional setting about to cry as I read this email. And for some reason, they are doing construction at our building. And it sounds like there is a jackhammer going off in the floor below us. It sounds like they're jackhammering through concrete. And then it sounds like they're throwing bricks, like throwing literal bricks. My stress levels just went like through the roof. That was it. Anyways, I finally kind of went to the bathroom, calmed down for a little bit. I was texting back and forth with my husband. So that is why I am at the fabric store after work, and I'm just gonna pick up everything I need for the top and the pants. Because I know exactly what fabric I need for the top and the pants. All I need to do is sew it. You know, I just need to start it, and I think that's really gonna help with my stress, because today it was awful, like with the jackhammer going on, and because I'm still hugely stressed about this deadline, because I'm not sure my chronic fatigue body can do it. But we are gonna try, okay? Let's go pick up this fabric. Okay, I'm back from fabric shopping. I spent a lot of money. Oh my, so much fabric it broke the bag. I got the Yaya Han black stretch pleather. This is, like I mentioned before, exactly the fabric I wanted to use. I actually got the end of the bolt on this one, so I got 7 yards, which was more than I need to make a top and pants, but I'll also be making preferably rim covers for my wheelchair and maybe a back flag piece for my wheelchair, so more is better. And then I got the Yayahan 4-way matte stretch. This is going to be the lining for the leotard. So I also got this, and I also got the end of the bolt on this. So that was, I think, 5.5 yards of this. And then I got the Cosplay Fabrics foam. So this is going to be to make the hat. And I think that the shoulder piece is actually going to need straight up foam as the stabilizer. It's a pretty dramatic shoulder piece, so I'm gonna try patterning it in foam as the stabilizer for the jacket. So once I get the leotard done, I also have everything here that I need to mock up the jacket. It is the 22nd of April at 5:20 in the morning. After being so anxious yesterday, I calmed down a little bit and I kind of just got to thinking about how I wanted to work out my schedule to make this happen. You know, what did I need to do? I have come up with a pretty rigorous schedule, and we're gonna see if I can actually stick to it or if it just causes a pain flare up and then I'm sick in bed for a few days or something. We will see. So my new schedule is to work on the design from about 5:30 to 7:30 every morning. And then on weekends, I will be trying to put in 8-hour days. Usually I can't handle 8-hour days, just like physically it's a little bit too much to be doing 8 hours in the craft room. I'm also taking a hiatus from YouTube, and what I'm doing is I'm taking the Yayahan bodysuit pattern and I'm making the adjustments. So I used this pattern for my Supergirl leotard, and when I made it, it was about 6 inches too short. Yes, a whole 6 inches too short. So I'm just adding 6 inches in this torso area because I got a long torso. I'm very long. Okay, it is nearly 7 o'clock and the lining layer is done, or as done as it is now. Everything looks pretty good. I feel like it might be a little tight by the time I take in the width for the zipper. So when I cut out the outside layer, I'd like to add maybe like 1/4 of an inch just to these front seams, and then I have some extra room to play with. Other than that, this is pretty good, honestly. It is 5:30 on Friday, April 23rd. Hello, welcome to Colleen School of Unconventional Patterning Techniques. Here you'll see that we are putting masking tape over the lining layer on my dress form to pattern out the stripes. So I'm thinking like, how am I gonna cut out this outside layer if I need to have this stripe in it? That's when I got the big brain idea to just put masking tape on it. And then see, I have the distance from the top of the neckline down to my stripe. So hopefully I can just pull this masking tape off, put it on my pattern down here, and I'll know where I need to cut the stripe out. So I also requested 3 days of vacation time from work. I don't know if I'll need them, but you have to request all your vacation time 2 weeks in advance. So if I wait until the last 2 weeks to request that time, clearly I won't be able to take it. And because I only have 6 weeks, I needed to request that time now. So I went ahead and requested time off for the last 3 Mondays in May. I'm not sure if I'll need them or not, but just having them there makes me feel better. I would like to introduce you to pattern number 1. So this is the one I took straight off the dress form, just like I was showing you guys earlier. Now, what I really don't like about this pattern is how it goes into the side front piece. So I would have to cut out these 2 tiny little pieces out of the side front, And with such a form-fitting bodysuit and stretch pleather, like literally stretch pleather, I don't think that's gonna look good. Like, I think there's gonna be some puckering. I just don't think I'll be able to get this tiny little seam to line up. This is pattern number 2. So this is just the front piece, and the side front will remain unaltered. It'll just fit in right there. So tomorrow, I'll be cutting everything out in the stretch pleather and sewing it into a bodysuit. So that is the goal for tomorrow morning. But I think I've had quite enough for tonight. Both bodice panels are top stitched, and these are ready to be sewn into a bodysuit. I think these turned out absolutely stunning. Like, this is just so gorgeous. The fabrics, the top stitching, I love it. It does look like strikingly similar to what Wonder Girl wears in Young Justice, and now that's like all I can think about. But it does look very nice. It looks very nice. But we gotta go get the red pleather fabric and run some errands. So I'm just going to check back in with you guys when I get back from fabric shopping. So we just finished fabric shopping for the red pleather. We found the perfect red pleather. It is gorgeous, it's the right weight, it's perfect. However, it is also discontinued. And it looked like there was a good like 4 or 5 yards on the bolt, but actually it was 2 like short pieces that had been overlapped. So I actually only have about 2.5 yards of the red pleather. So I got the number on the top of the fabric bolt, and I'm gonna see if any of the other fabric stores have it. I'm gonna look online and see if I can order it. And at this point, if one of the stores about an hour or 2 away from us have this, like, we're willing to drive multiple hours if necessary to get more of this fabric, because it is discontinued and they're not getting it back into this fabric store. But it's also like really the only good candidate that we could find. And with 6 weeks until the deadline, I don't think I have time to order swatches, decide what I want, and then send it back, order fabric, and wait for the fabric to come in and then make the coat, which is gonna take the bulk of those 6 weeks just to make the coat. So that is where we are right now. It's okay, guys. It's gonna be okay. Okay, so this is a mess. I usually clean my craft room a little bit before I film vlogs, but I felt like this would be a more personal, like, it is what it is kind of vlog. It is what it is. Okay. Here is the sought after discontinued fabric. This is a smooth faux leather is what they call it. And this is in the color Hot Red. Because this is a discontinued fabric, they cannot ship it to me directly. However, I went on a little search on the internet and I found a store that had 8 yards left, which is like way more than I'll ever need. But at this point, I think I'm just gonna buy all 8 yards and I'll have enough to make a Canon Carmen Sandiego coat later. The more I get into this build, I think I actually would kind of enjoy making a Canon Carmen Sandiego. But anyways, I said just send me all 8 yards, which I believe is like $200 or something of fabric. Like, it's a lot of money. I'm like, why not? Why not? I will treat myself and I'll have 10 yards of smooth, hot red pleather. So with all the fabric I've gotten at this point, I believe I could make this build at least 3 times over. And that's just on being stressed about having a deadline. This is the lining fabric. I only got 3 yards of it, which I think is actually like reasonable. I probably only need 3 yards. But this is not discontinued actually. They do have this in store, so I can always go back and get more. And that's a really pretty color. And then I just restocked on masking tape for doing all of the mock-up work for the coat. so that's the fabric. With that, I have sourced pretty much all of my materials. I do still need to get some stiffeners. I haven't decided what weight of stiffener I want under this. I'm gonna finish up the bodysuit this weekend and then I can get into making a mock-up. Okay, I'll see you guys soon when I finish up the bodysuit.